so good. Holy crap.
Wow.
Papa John's is terrific. It's so good.
I'll endorse Papa John's right here, right now.
I wish they'd pay us to do it, but yeah, I'll endorse them right away.
They sure won't, but man, great pizza.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bucked Up, episode 11. I am your host, Nick Schneider, alongside, instead of John the Real Deal Monk, the best beard in Brew City, Luke Osborne.
Not quite the beard anymore.
Not anymore, but we'll get back
Broke
there.
the rules.
Luke Osborne, a big part of Possibly Entertainment, but in the background most of the time. He'll be joining me tonight since John is in Vegas. New co-host tonight in Vegas. I know, it's
nice,
pretty
right?
freaking cool.
Lucky. Wish I was there.
Tonight, Eric Bledsoe, A New Hope is what I'm going to title this episode.
Honestly,
Holy mackerel.
Bucks look good tonight.
They looked really good tonight. Defensively, we looked great. Maybe our best defensive game of the year.
I think, yeah, like defensive rotations, nonetheless, like everyone was just moving.
Everyone was moving.
Great closeouts. I mean,
and I think a lot of that comes down to Eric Bledsoe. So before we start throwing compliments at Eric Bledsoe, is there anything else that stood out to you at all?
The biggest thing for me throughout the entire game was just the difference in the ball movement. I thought the ball movement was absolutely terrific.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And we didn't score that well.
No,
imagine if we shot the ball as we normally do with that kind of movement. That would have been a special night. It already was a special night.
There were great passes. I think everyone played a lot better. Just everyone complimented each other.
And I think a lot of that comes down to Eric Bledsoe, which we can talk about later.
Early in the game though, we had 3 2 guards essentially. Like what?
Yeah,
Bledsoe,
Jason Kidd was not afraid to play around with lineups tonight.
Brogdon.
All in at once.
Did not expect that at all.
No, I didn't either. But it was refreshing to see Jason Kidd willing to change his outlook on the way the team works, and B, it was refreshing to see what Bledsoe does to a team like this. The experimenting you can do with somebody who's 6'1", 230 pounds.
Yeah, he played well.
Played really well. Anything other? Because this show is going to turn into just us talking about Bledsoe the whole night. So is there anything else that you want to talk about that doesn't involve Eric Bledsoe before we have to get into it?
That's true. It's hard. We're all focusing on Bledsoe on this
But it was
game.
a great night overall. It was a night where Giannis had a weak night and the team overcame.
Weak night, he still scores 28. But
28,
he did not play. In the paint, didn't shoot as well as we would have liked.
No, his percentages were down. He was missing a lot of free throws. He wasn't taking as many free throws as I'd like to see him take.
He only missed, 3 free throws?
Right, but he was 2 for 5.
Our goal is he can only miss 2.
Right.
He can only miss 2.
And he exceeded that without taking very many.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the focus tonight is the Eric Bledsoe fit. And I think, the Spurs didn't have a good night.
No.
At all. I think the Spurs have a good night. It's a much better game. And Jason Kidd probably plays with lineups differently. But that was fun. Wow, was it fun.
People are going to say, oh, they don't have Kawhi, they don't have Tony Parker, we don't have Jabari.
Yeah, you're right.
Neither of these teams are complete teams. It's early in the season. Both teams are working through the motions.
Yeah. And I think we can get into it then. I think we can get into it. Because this episode is going to be, as many have been before, but those were in trade talks, this is going to be Eric Bledsoe focused.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And
he was special tonight. And you're going to go back and look at the stat line, and we always talk about context mattering when it comes to stat lines. His stat line isn't going to look terrific. It's going to be lower than his average. 13 points, 7 assists, 4 boards.
7 assists.
Yeah, 7 assists is where I'd like it to be. Yeah.
First game with the Bucks, and he's putting in over 28 minutes.
Right. I think it's important to note that he hasn't played basketball in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At least with a real NBA team.
He looked in good shape.
He looked good. Yeah, he played real minutes tonight.
Yeah.
And it's not only that he played real minutes and he put up good numbers, he fit.
Yeah, starting rotation. He honestly belonged in that starting 5.
My biggest question going in with Eric Bledsoe was, how is he going to fit next to Giannis? They both like to drive the ball and create off the drive.
I was worried about that too.
But what's so special about what happened tonight, and I think what will happen in the future, is that Giannis is, as good as he is in isolation, he's one of the best in the league. He is maybe the best cutter in the league.
Yeah.
He is terrific off the cut.
People forget that too.
Exactly, they do. And so if Eric Bledsoe can bring that out of Giannis more per game, that only helps the team.
If you have someone that can consistently like drive the paint, but also
create looks in the paint,
looks for Giannis. I mean, that's what Giannis has been doing. He's been the one creating looks for other players.
Right.
But now you have someone
creating
who is
looks
dangerous
for Giannis.
and can create those open lanes for Giannis.
Absolutely.
It's
a huge asset.
Huge.
It's a huge asset compared to what Greg Monroe does for Giannis's game, which is only hinders it. And I love Greg Monroe, and I'm going to miss him.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, Greg Monroe's game only hurt Giannis.
I can't thank Greg enough.
No,
for
you
the player
you sure can't.
He became and just the person he was off the court too.
Absolutely. Greg was great, and we're going to miss him.
Shout out to Greg.
But the Eric Bledsoe era
and one.
The Eric Bledsoe era has started, and I am thrilled to be a part of it. That game was so much fun. That game was exhilarating in all the best ways.
And like a part of me wants to think that it was just because we have a new player and we're
certainly a big part of it.
But yeah, I have to say I haven't been that excited to watch a Bucks game. Like I love watching them, but that game was exciting.
It was special.
They looked good.
There was something
fluid.
special about that game.
It looked like a team. It looked like a team that is
this
going to represent
the last few years. Even with Jason Kidd and this whole team we put together, it looks like a piece of the puzzle where all the pieces are in the right place. All the pieces are there, but like we were missing the one last piece, right? And I'm not saying that Eric Bledsoe automatically makes us a contender, but he certainly makes the pieces around him automatically look better.
Yeah,
and just the fact that we can now run in transition, somebody who willingly is going to sprint down the court,
look at the
other than
bench,
Giannis,
too.
is awesome.
Look at the bench.
And that's what I wanted to get to later, is that the bench automatically, and Eric Neem talked about this, so don't go into the comments and say, Eric Neem already talked about this. Why are you copying Eric Neem? He's totally right about this. You slide Brogdon down, all of a sudden the bench is way better. You have a consistent scorer and creator off the bench, and then you can play with lineups and stuff that you could never have done before. Ever. It's really exciting, actually.
Yeah, what? Middleton, Snell, Dellavedova, Brogdon, and
Thon, yeah. For a long time. And they actually were a positive plus-minus, that lineup. They were really awesome, actually. And that's a lineup that, you're exactly right, we never could have ran before. It would have been physically impossible to wrap your minutes around that. And with Koletovic injured, there's really no...
He's injured?
Something. He's inactive for some reason. Who cares?
Sorry.
Yeah, who cares? Anyway, there's that's a good defensive lineup. That's a lineup that can hold their own. And that's the third string lineup. It's awesome. It's going to be really fun to watch going forward.
Early in the season, but yeah. That's a good win. That's a big win. We needed that.
Yeah, we did.
We've been struggling.
Well, we didn't just need it, Luke, for momentum when it comes to the regular season wins, but to acclimate Eric Bledsoe to the Bucks, that's huge. To get a win almost directly because of him, and what his contributions are. That's awesome. That's huge for his relationship with the Bucks going forward.
Let's hope that carries.
But just for his starting off his relationship with the Bucks, that's really big. That's really, really big. And you can already tell that he's coming in with a different mindset.
Yeah.
That alley-oop to Giannis, he had a wide-open layup. And he chose to throw it up for Giannis. And that shows
a lot of promise.
It shows a lot of promise, and it shows that he knows this isn't his team. He's not coming in and he's just going to be the one option, and I really appreciate that. I'd like to see, and he's only had one practice is the other thing. Imagine when he's roaring and ready to go.
This is a fun team to watch.
It's a really fun team, especially if we can start running in transition again, which is something we've been missing all season,
But yeah, another huge thing. We really cut down on the turnovers tonight.
That's also huge. And a lot of it is because we had so many ball handlers in the court at all times. Brogdon can handle the ball well. Delly is awful, but he can handle the ball well. And Bledsoe, obviously. Giannis, obviously. Chris Middleton, obviously.
Protect the rock and good things will happen. Spurs
exactly.
were very sloppy tonight. I will
really
say that.
Sloppy, yeah.
I mean,
you're not going to see that most of the time against the Spurs.
As well as, we think that our team played, the Spurs played that much worse.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that was a bad game from the Spurs, and it's a game I don't know if we win if they don't have such a terrible performance. But it's exciting nonetheless. Now we can go against the Lakers, a bad team for all intents and purposes, and hopefully take it to them. Yeah. Hopefully do a little showing off, get Eric Bledsoe really acclimated.
That's a talented young team.
They are in a lot of ways, and they aren't in a lot of ways. They have a lot of work to do.
They can compete.
They're not the Spurs.
Yeah. I definitely think that's a team that we can,
That's a game where I like to see Jason Kidd experiment even more. And I'd like to see Eric Bledsoe really take it to them and try and work on scoring in this offense.
I'm trying to think now. Like last year, when did Brogdon and Thon get minutes? Was it like towards
Brogdon kind of was the entire season, wasn't he?
Did he start did he get minutes, early in the season?
Off the bench, yeah. I think just because we were so lacking in point guard play. And then Thon definitely did second half, fourth quarter of the season.
Because DJ and Sterling really haven't been getting that many minutes.
No, they haven't. And now with the addition of Bledsoe, I don't think Sterling is going to have very many minutes at all, which hurts because we're so loaded up on guards now. Because if you're not going to play Dele, then you're going to play Liggins. And if you're not going to play Liggins, then either Vaughn or Brown, and that's rarely going to happen. Then you're not going to play either Dele or Liggins. So it's tough. But I like Sterling Brown still. I think he'll turn out to be a good player. Just hurts not to be able to get him minutes. I think DJ will get minutes.
Yeah,
either DJ or Balamboy early in the season.
Yeah,
and DJ's the only one who's full-time. Balamboy can spend 45 days in the pros, and that's it.
Really?
Yep. So DJ will definitely get minutes this season if he can continue to play maturely, if that makes sense. His one performance wasn't amazing, but it was something.
I don't expect him to do anything big. I expect him to be like a Thon like last year where he's just a spark plug. You get him the ball when he's open, and if he makes one, it's just going to, especially at the Bradley Center, the place is going to blow up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm really excited. Just being totally transparent, we're going to the game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Lakers, Bucks, be there.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I am thrilled to be able to see this team live in action. That game, if I would have been at that Spurs game, I would have been going crazy. We have a similar night tomorrow. It's going to be wild at the BMO Harris Bradley Center tomorrow.
Bucks are big fans of playing at San Antonio, didn't
It's weird, yeah. Last year, too, yeah. It's weird. It's weird, but that was with Jabari. Jabari had a great game that day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Did he drop 30 or something?
Like that? He did against the Spurs. That's the other thing is, so you think the sliding down with the bench makes things easier now? Because it certainly does. Yeah. Now imagine when Jabari comes back, who's a borderline all-star when it comes to scoring. He's a terrific scorer, one of the best in the league at just purely getting to the basket and scoring.
I know a lot of people say just wait until Jabari gets back. For me, it's I almost forget that he's going to be back.
Yeah.
And when I realize it, it's wow.
Even if we can get a half a season out of the kid before he tears another ACL. Holy mackerel.
And if anyone's been watching just how he's been progressing through this injury, and
it's been really special, actually. He keeps coming. The first time he came back, it was unbelievable. It was a really special comeback. This time, they released that video 3 weeks ago of Moose guarding him while he was playing, and he was just putting shots up and stuff, running through the motions on offense. He looked as explosive as ever.
He looks good.
After tearing his ACL for the second time.
Looks like he lost some weight, too.
That's the other thing to go through is if he really did lose some weight and he really learns to come down on 2 feet instead of 1, he really, honestly, could fix his injury problems, I would assume. I'm not a doctor.
I mean, yeah. You can't
predict these things. Yeah. But if he's doing what it takes in order to become injury-free, that's a huge step. That's really awesome. And he does look leaner.
I just can't wait to see him on the court again.
I love Jabari so much. In the last episode, I gave a big speech about how much I love Jabari, but I really do think he's so important to the team and to the community and to the city of Milwaukee in general that it's going to be so special just to have him back.
He's bigger than basketball.
He is bigger than basketball.
Jabari is a great guy.
Did you watch that Sports Illustrated mini-documentary, 10-minute documentary they did about him?
Was that the one where he's at his mom's house?
Yeah. That's terrific. That was
great.
I respected him so much more, and I already love the man with my entire heart. I'd give him my ACL if I could, but seeing him just straight up buy the kids pizza and stuff wasn't in the game plan or whatever. Just told the teachers he was buying a pizza. It's stupid. It's stupid. I don't even know why I'm bringing it up, but it's awesome. I love the guy. I love the guy so much. He's such an important part of this organization and this team in a way that Giannis isn't. I love Giannis, and he's the future of the team. But Giannis isn't to the community what Jabari is.
Yeah.
Jabari is so special to the city of Milwaukee. The fact that he actually, and Giannis wants to be here and he's loyal and everything.
Not saying Giannis is a bad guy at all.
But Jabari, goes out to Players Tribune and writes an article about how much he loves the city of Milwaukee and wants to stay here. Jabari goes to local schools and local Boys and Girls Club, and not just in Chicago, in Milwaukee. And he holds these camps for free. He's such a special human being. And even if we have to sign him to a max deal and he's injured every year, it's worth it because he is so special.
But back to the Bucks game of tonight.
Right, absolutely. What else is there even to go over?
Let me look at the box score here.
I don't think there's anything crazy. I think Middleton played poorly in the first half, played better in the second, which has been his MO the entire season so far. Giannis had a weaker game, but he still put up a terrific stat line.
Yeah, he still scored 28.
And Bledsoe had a really excellent debut.
I gotta look at the box here. Henson, 5 for 8.
Yeah.
10 points.
He was getting more looks with Bledsoe being the one giving him passes and stuff. I think Giannis draws too much attention in the paint to get anything else.
A lot better.
Exactly, absolutely. And then, I think if Eric Bledsoe and Thon can get some minutes together, I think that could be a cool dynamic duo also.
15, 12, 24.
Because Bledsoe's going to draw that center to the paint every time.
Giannis had a good game.
Yeah, a terrific game, considering
game.
It's maybe his worst game of the season.
I mean, Charlotte, he had those foul trouble.
Right, absolutely.
He had 14.
Which you can't count it almost because he played so few minutes.
Yeah.
You can't count the stats against him. This game, he played a full game, and he didn't shoot his best, even though he shot terrifically. What was his field goal percentage?
Brogdon still had 34 minutes in the game.
Wow, that is crazy. How many minutes did Bledsoe end up with?
Bledsoe had 29.
Okay, actually, that's a lot. Actually, I figured it'd be less than that.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive that Jason Kidd was willing to let him go 29.
He did awesome. He
played great.
Although he shot 6 for 15.
That's not awful.
1 for 5 from deep. Granted.
That is I'd like to see him have better shot selection from deep. But overall, I think that was a really, really good game from Bledsoe.
The thing that stood out for me was the assist. He is a great facilitator.
He was an excellent facilitator. Excellent. It was really fun to watch, and I'm excited to see tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the real litmus test.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's is you're going against Lonzo Ball, who's been bad defensively, real bad defensively. And Brook Lopez is a good player, but is he terrific defensively? No. You should tear this inside up, Eric Bledsoe, every day of the week.
I mean, yeah, Lopez is going to go off on us.
Oh, he always does.
He's going to have
Lopez will have 30.
He'll have 30. Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Don't be surprised if he has 40. But I don't know that any other Laker can put up 10. So, we shouldn't have him. I do like Kuzma. Kuzma's very good this year. Yeah. Is he still coming off the bench? Or no, Randall's coming off the bench. Kuzma's starting. That's right. Yeah. That's interesting. That'll be something to watch. Because Teletovic on Randall. If Telly's playing tomorrow, it's not a good matchup.
Is he projected to?
I don't know. I have no idea. Who cares? Might cut it short tonight, just because big game tomorrow we got to get ready for.
Yeah. I mean, whoever watched the game, you know what happened.
Absolutely.
Bucks played well.
Bucks played well. End of the day, end of story. Everything went well for the Bucks. End of story. This
Only
is
94 points, but it seemed like our offense was way more productive than they were.
Absolutely.
In the past.
It's I think because of the slower pace was a big part of it.
Yeah, Spurs are a slower paced team,
right.
And lots of turnovers.
For the Spurs, not for us. We didn't turn over the ball very much at all.
Let's look here.
I think we had 6 turnovers.
Did they beat us in some of these quarters here?
Yes, they did.
They beat us in the first. Only in the first.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty solid win then.
And then otherwise, we just, we had a big third quarter.
Yeah, we did.
Fourth quarter.
And you know what was impressive about that is the starters didn't play a whole lot in the third.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It was that bench.
Yep. The Snell, Middleton, Thon lineup. Delhi. Liggins. So what else have you been up to, Luke?
Nothing. Just school.
It's Xbox One X Day. You got your Xbox One X in.
Got it, finally.
Luke will be hosting a games podcast in the near future.
So, yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool over at PE.
in the corner,
And then it's Taylor Swift Day. Did you listen to the Taylor Swift album?
I have not. I don't really care.
Me either. It was another. Oh, it's Eric Bledsoe Day. Is the third day, and we already talked about Eric Bledsoe. So we went over all the important events of the day.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else.
No, not a whole lot. If you like this, you can like the video, subscribe to the channel, and
please do
follow us on Twitter at Possibly Entertainment. You can follow him on Twitter at CheeseBeerDeer.
That's right, CheeseBeerDeer, not cheeseburger. Everybody gets that wrong.
Follow me on Twitter at PE_NSchneider. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud,
a bunch of things.
Pocket Cast, or Audio Boom. Until next time, get bucked up.
Bucked up. Just remember, bucked up.
Bucked up. Send us questions.
Bucked up.
If you send us questions next week for tomorrow's episode, and you do hashtag Nick and Luke,
or just do hashtag bucked up.
Just do hashtag bucked up. Just do hashtag bucked up. We'll answer them on tomorrow's podcast if you want. If that's a thing you guys actually want us to do, then we'll do it.
If anyone's listening or watching,
if anyone is watching, we're not sure yet.
Literally anyone. If you just want to say, "Hey, you guys suck,"
please actually do. Then we can stop. Until next time, stay bucked up.
Fear deer.
Solid episode.
Solid.